A few days ago at work, a lady approached me on her persistent treatment for some current feminine infection, precisely vaginal infections. From her card I checked, she has been having recurrency of yeast vaginal infections. After talking to her, I had another invitation to one of the TV programs to discuss vulvovaginal candidiasis. At that meeting, a lot of women had the same kind of issues, all boiling down to feminine hygiene. You are welcome to Claribel Health Hub. In our discussion today, our focus is on vaginal care. We have do's and don'ts of what we need to do as women in keeping the vagina healthy and clean all the time. Before we go into the session, I want you to put this at the back of your minds, that the vagina does not need to smell like flowers. You are welcome to Claribel Health Hub. We are so grateful to all our subscribers so far. You have pushed us this far, and we would love you to remember to share our videos, like and subscribe to the channel, because we are counting so much on them. Send us your questions and we'll give you the prompt feedback. So today we'll be looking at vulva vaginal care. The do's. On this episode, our focus is on the do's. There are 5 or 6 main topics we'll be looking at. 1, on clothing. Ladies, how are we supposed to keep our undergarments precisely around our feminine and most intimate part God has given us? It has been recommended that we wear breathable materials around the vagina. When we talk about the vagina itself, sometimes we get lost. When a lady lies down or puts a mirror down, whatever she sees from that intimate part is the external part of the vagina. That part is called the vulva. The tube that goes in fact, the middle part of it is what we call the vagina. We have a small hole up when the woman has opened her or parted her legs. That is what we call the urethral orifice. That is where urine comes from, or where we urinate from. Then the vaginal orifice, we can see it as the second part of the hose. Then the very last one towards the back of the lady is where we have the anus. Because these orifices or these openings are around the same part, they easily interrelate. Therefore, it is very important that at all times we keep that part clean. And note, naturally God made that part to be dry all the time. So it's important that we wear cotton panties. Most preferably, if you happen to use the current ones we have, like the spandex, the ones that can expand, the lacy panties, as much as we can, we must have that which has the inner part, that part that comes into contact with your intimate part, being cotton. It's very important that we wear such because it allows air to irradiate around this part of the body. What we call, the part is able to breathe properly, and it will be able to breathe fresh air. As much as we can, when it comes to shaving the pubic area, we should shave it close to the skin. There is a school of thought that think that we shouldn't shave at all. But we have realized that if you don't shave at all, they act like foreign bodies, offsetting infections. And sometimes when they are bushy, they are able to maintain moisture, which easily facilitate the growth of bacteria and other kind of infections, and can harbor very offensive odor. Ladies, we are shaving down, not totally to the skin. Also to remember, we shouldn't keep wet clothing for too long. Anytime we undertake any sweaty exercise, let's do well to freshen up as soon as possible and change our undergarments. For those of us who are athletic, we prefer using the lacy or the G-strings. Let's do well to change them as soon as we are done. Not forgetting, it's very important at this time to wash the vulva. When we talk about the washing the vulva, it's just by using water. Water is a natural neutralizer, and that is all that is needed around the vagina to keep it clean. We don't need any harsh soap. All you need is water. In my part of the world, most ladies take shower twice a day. I will encourage our friends, our ladies who are out in the cold weathers. When you are not taking your bath, please do well to wash your vulva at least twice a day. Let's remember, it's pertinent not to use harsh soaps. Just water is enough. I recommend that we have regular baths. It helps the vagina feel fresh. It will maintain its natural smell. And you yourself as a woman will feel confident wherever you stand. In that time of the month when we are having our flow, whatever we are using to collect the blood, let's do well to change them every 4 to 6 hours. Let's remember, if we are using those that are reusable, to keep them clean before reusing them. But hygienically, we would love to recommend from Claribel Health Hub to use items that can be disposed of, so you can use a new one at every time. Don't keep your sanitary pad, tampons, or other things you are using to collect the blood at this time of the month for more than 6 hours. It will facilitate the growth of germs that we don't want around this time of the month. One important fact we need to know about ourselves as women: naturally, the vagina is to be kept moist. That is how God made it. Naturally, there is always some kind of fluid in the vagina. In this fluid, we have what we call a normal flora. The normal flora consists of yeast and bacteria, but they have been so balanced that they don't cause any infection. But at any time, if we happen to have more of the yeast or more of the bacteria, then we are getting what we call the vaginal infections. The normal flora has a pH, and the pH is usually slightly acidic, which will mean that anytime this kind of balance is disturbed, we will get an infection. Ladies, maintaining the normal flora is very important for us. What can we do to maintain the normal flora? Simple hygiene and appropriate wiping of the vulvar area. Correctly wiping the vulvar area means that all the time, at any time, you have washed and you are cleaning up. Remember, you will clean from your front to your back. Always, every time, all the time, anywhere. Ladies, we are cleaning from front to back. Our partners, I know some of you love to watch me, and I also love talking to you. I'm pleading with you. At any given time you need to wipe your partner, remember it's from front to back. When I talk about front, when a lady stands, the part that you easily see is the front. So precisely from the upper part of where the hair is all the way down into the back. There shouldn't be any time you will do front, back, and back to front. Like we have said, it should always be from front to back. Safe and hygienic sex is good for a good vagina to maintain its health. Sex is a healthy practice and an activity, especially for couples, and must be given that much respect and attention. During sex, if there is a need to change condoms, let's do well and do that. For example, you are changing from oral to vaginal sex. Don't use the same condom you use for oral sex for vaginal sex. It's much more healthier to change one condom for each round. During sex, we are using one condom if it's oral. When you are done and you need to go to another part, remember to change your condom. That is a safe sex practice. And with condom use, you save yourself from getting sexually transmitted infections, which include chlamydia, HIV and AIDS, and sometimes vaginal or vulvar or genital warts. And then unwanted pregnancies. After sex, let's remember to urinate. It helps to flush any bacteria that might have traveled along the urethra. It's healthy. The other thing we will need to do is to wash the vulva, most preferably take a shower after sex, so that any lubricant you might have used or any lubricant that was used in the time of sex can be washed off to avoid irritations building up. Let's note that the vagina has some natural things it can admit. Sometimes some of these are not artificial. The natural, for example, is the penis. The other things that will be going into the vagina, and it's usually allowed, are during examination when the lady has an infection, or during pregnancy and at delivery. There are some things that can be inserted to examine the vagina. Let's note, at this time, once a while, there might be the need for you to insert a finger. When you need to do that, ladies and gentlemen, let's do well to wash our hands before such practices takes place. On this note, we'll be grateful that you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so that as soon as we drop our videos, you'll be the first to be notified. Also, share, tell others, and give them the link so they can also benefit from such healthy education. It's been nice coming your way, and it has been Clarice on Claribel Health Hub. See you in our next episode.